Both of you know Banquo was your enemy, and in such bloody distance that every minute of his being thrust against my nearest of life.
Denzel Washington is playing one of the most famous characters in all of dramatic literature, Macbeth. This is Joel Coen of Coen Brothers' version of the Tragedy of Macbeth, and he is approaching it in a very dark way. I asked Denzel about that.
Joel is a master. What he did that was really masterful in this film, and I'd have to go back and look, is what he took out from the play itself, because you don't feel like anything's missing. I'd be curious just to see what he actually lifted, what's not there.
Well, it almost feels like a film noir in terms of the visual, but it also, I noticed they used the aspect ratio when he wanted the word to count, to be right up, and boy, you've got the experience with film to know how to deal with that.
And he had, as he said, tall sets. So he wanted you to see the top and bottom of, he wanted to feel that, I guess he wanted it to feel that way. And with the black on the sides, it's like old television. So right away, you are transported into something. You're going to see something you haven't seen in a way you haven't seen it before, unless you're as old as you and I.
The other thing is, of course, is that he threw out the idea of using Scottish accents, because after all, this is theatrical.
You had actors from across the pond, and I think at one point in rehearsal early on, we were trying, or he wanted to see if there were middle ground, or he asked the British actors to do American accents, and they did, and they were very good. And then at some point, I don't remember when, he just said, you know what, forget all that. Just do what comes natural to you, and that's what we ended up with.
And you ended up with something that is very haunting. It is eerie.
I see thee yet, in form as palpable as this which now I draw.
One last comment about Joel Coen. There's really no other example you can use to describe how he works, can you? I mean, he really is just a Coen.
No, there is. He's his own thing, He and he's just cool. He leaves me a note. Like he left me a note the other day. He always signs it, peace, brother. Like we're back in the '60s or something. He's just a cool dude, and obviously a brilliant filmmaker.
Denzel, it's been a pleasure.
Feels like I haven't seen you in a while.
Flicks with Patrick Stoner explores the craft and culture of filmmaking that enhance our communities for television stations and websites around the country.